Dragon Ball Transformation. Oh my days! With Dragon Ball Sparking Zero coming to the Switch 2, I looked back at all the transformations throughout the series and realized, hey, some of these kinda suck. So it got me thinking, what are the best transformations in Dragon Ball? For the purposes of this list, I will only be including Saiyan transformations and villain transformations. Each transformation will be ranked by first time aura, consistent aura, story importance, and of course, how fine it be looking. Now with that out of the way, let's jump in to all 40 Dragon Ball transformations. Okay, so is this Super Saiyan Blue Grade 2? Because Super Saiyan 1 Grade 2, that was really cool. Vegeta was awesome in that. So why do I feel the need to wear sunglasses whenever I see this thing? Comes out of nowhere, it does pretty much nothing. A form that, unlike other forms that do nothing to further the story, this one looks like actual garbage. This one looks like 5th grade me that found the sparkle tool in Photoshop and turned it into an animation. Gas. He's a very powerful villain, but he has one simple flaw. Yeah, basic. Like, come on, who actually is this dude? Third Eye Goma? It's just we have better villains and better transformations on here. This one is just the Muscle Man. I have nothing to say. He's just a clown pride trooper. I can't think of anything. Alright, this one is going to piss people off. Second form Frieza. Like, he looks more devilish, but, once again, is just like, the Muscle Man. And yes, this does mean that third form Frieza is above second form Frieza in this list, but stick with me. How have you managed to make the face of a horse flat? Moreau is a great DBS villain, but we have a semi-perfect Cell situation. Should've gave him lips while you're at it. He neither sells me on the whole ancient being bit, and I'm all-powerful bit. Berserker gas. It's gas, but muscly. And he only looks good when he's one Tide Pod away from seeing King Yama. Alright, third form Frieza, here he is. He actually sells me on this whole alien aesthetic, and he does the devil thing way better than second form. But, as 90% of the fanbase says, he's pretty ugly. Vegetable, nothing. One Kid Man, nada. Hedgehog Goku, benched himself. All nothing to this boy. A close second to the heroes just absolutely fumbling their saga. And unlike every other villain in the series, he's just a dude. It only took the big man Saiyan to come over there and say, hey,
stop.
And the first Saiyan transformation is... oh, it's blue. It's blue. It's gotta be blue, man. Right, so you stacked Super Saiyan on top of Super Saiyan God. Two absolute elite forms. So how do you fumble this hard? You don't win against Frieza. You don't win against Hit. You couldn't beat Goku Black. And Jiren, just absolute nothing. The two hype things that Blue did was stacking another thing on top of Blue. The one time it had me soy-facing is when Goku hit the... Kaioken! And the big man Gogeta himself. I'm not the first one to ask this, by the way, but where's Blue 2? Where's Blue 3? The two expansions we have to Blue are this and not Blue. You had to ditch the color altogether just to escape those allegations. Ultra Ego Topo. God of destroying space hit. Eggman super form. He's got it all. The form itself is actually okay. I don't mind it that much. What essentially happened is just my morality. It doesn't work. What if I don't do that? Yeah, Super Saiyan Rage. So my theory on what this is like the most pure form of Super Saiyan that there is. Super Saiyan Rage looks like Goku going Super Saiyan 1 for the first time mid-transformation. That's my take, is that it's like a Super Saiyan grade 6 or something. It's just mid-transformation Super Saiyan. And here he is, the Frogman. Very large and commanding, sure, but he is just a goofy dude, especially if he's seen DBZA.
Because I'm coming out, and I swear to God, if you do that again, I will be so freaking nettled!
Also, Semi-Perfect Cell feels so much different than the other forms. Imperfect Cell is a horror movie villain. Perfect Cell is the ultimate life form with Plankton. And Semi-Perfect Cell is a fat frog. Now this is a form to introduce a villain who's holding back. Very small in stature, and yet oh so terrifying. And when he just slaughtered that Namekian village in cold-blooded murder, I yelled at my TV screen, that sadistic, conniving son of a fridge! But he is lower down just because he's just Frieza, just smaller. Alright, Pressure Jiren. I didn't even know if I was supposed to include this one, because it's not necessarily a form, it's just more Jiren's full power or aura. Or honestly, it looks better in the pressure form when he's not in the pressure form. Like, you know, the final scene of Dragon Ball Super. Now, everything is played right with Golden Frieza. You feel his aura, the theme is amazing, and whenever he goes golden, you feel the life draining from you. Not Krillin, you. But I'm not that much of a fan of the design. Once again, it's a perfectly solid design, it's just lower down. There's nothing really bad with it, I don't like it as much. Bonanza. Now this form was the first form in all of Dragon Ball, and it gets overlooked in Dragon Ball. It's never really been a focus of Dragon Ball until the Saiyan Saga, when just the catharsis of Gohan stomping on Frieza. Ah, beautiful. Congrats. It's a girl! This is the expansion that Blue needed. What happens when you mix Shadow the Hedgehog, edgy, monster drink, darkness, brother? Turns out, you get DeviantArt food. Now this form is really cool, but was it necessary? I mean, it feeds into the concern that I have that, we're running out of colors. We have white, red, orange, yellow, yellow 2, yellow 3, yellow 4, green, blue, dark blue, purple, black, and Thistle. So we can't really be throwing these colors out willy-nilly, can we?
It's been 1,000 years since I've had the taste of a Krabby Patty.
Alright, now this design rocks. And so does Moreau. Should be rocking in a nursing home. Moreau looks so much different than any other villain that we've had in Dragon Ball. And his powers are a perfect blend of Cell's and Boo's and his own. And you know what? While we're at it, just throw in 7-3 Moreau here as well. Alright, these two back to back is a complete coincidence, but it fits. I'm a kaiju now, and I have a spiky tail. Oh, you have a spiky tail? Well, I'll just have spikier hair! Oh wait, this one's even more of a coincidence. We have Orange Piccolo right above these two. Now, the first two are kind of the same of each other. They're kind of rehashes of Gohan versus Cell, but they look really cool and have a lot of potential. But Orange Piccolo, this is the god of grills. Piccolo's going full circle in this form. His power and his arc have been completed with this form. From here forward, all of the forms are absolute bangers. Alright, the Ikari form, just absolutely broken. It was just demolishing gods left and right, and it actually gives Blue the respect it deserves. He looks absolutely feral, but there's not much changed with it. Alright, we have a tie between 4th form Cell. We have a tie between 4th form Frieza and Imperfect Cell. These forms are at their best when they're at their creepiest, like Imperfect Cell's introduction, and also 4th form Frieza's introduction. He just casually isekai Dende by just saying, bang. Alright, Super Boo. He's introduced in a terrifying way, immediately establishes his power, and his design is fairly balanced and menacing. But I want to know, what gets him out of bed every morning? Fat Boo just wants friendship. Kid Boo is the literal embodiment of pure chaos. So what gets Super Boo out of the bed every morning? And the neck cracks. Oh my gosh, the neck cracks. Stop doing that! And next up, we have the person who put him in that bed, Ultimate Gohan. Well, actually, we both know how that went. I really like Ultimate Gohan because there's like no visual change, and yet he feels just so much more powerful. Probably had something to do with the entire arc just hyping him up, but he feels that powerful in Super too. So,
check out my perfect form. It's perfect.
This lad in all of his forms just made the heroes absolutely fumble his saga. He was cocky, he was confident, he was funny, and he was always on top, except for the introduction of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But even then, when he came back as Super Perfect Cell, he was on top the whole way until Goku gave Gohan a pep talk. Mecha Frieza. Not technically a form, but it's above an honorable mention because I really like the design, and it teases the theme for the entire next saga. Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. You know things are about to get crazy when you have the build of a farmer. It takes a stupid amount of strength to first spawn in Gogeta, have Gogeta go blue, have the man known for sparing and purifying his enemies to be like, nah, this dude gotta go. And honestly, who can blame him? Legendary Super Saiyan is a machine gun nuke. I kinda associate Legendary Super Saiyan with Gogeta Blue. It's the same the other way around. I can't really think of these two without the other, so I have no idea about how I actually feel about the design. Super Saiyan 1. The form that started it all. It's just lower down because it gets no respect in Super. The only time it gets respect is the Tournament of Power and Broly. But yeah, there is a reason that this changed the course of anime forever. Ultra Ego. Now this form is actually simple, but very rad. But come on, man. We could have given Vegeta the dub, though. Now you're telling me that for the first time, Vegeta is fully equal to Goku, has his own form, and plays like Little Mac, and still takes the L? Black Frieza. Of course, past giver Frieza spawned in and no diff the strongest fighters in the universe. He discovers what it means to be a black race. Overall, it's just a better Golden Frieza. Alright, the big man Kid Buu. The jump of quality between Super Buu and Kid Buu is crazy. The first thing he does after spawning in, isekais the planet. Literally a few seconds later, he goes to heaven and tries to blow up heaven. This kid is pure chaos, and it's awesome. Like randomly beating your chest in the middle of a fight, and then still just absolutely destroying anything that gets in your way. Now, monkeys are menaces. Most of us can't even handle a monkey, but you mix a monkey with Goku? Now that is a fast pass to heaven. Whatever Super Saiyan 4 you're talking about, I don't actually care. They're all pretty equal in my eyes. Although I did have a theory on what the differences between Super Saiyan 4 are, is that the red Super Saiyan 4 is like Super Saiyan 4 Grade 2, but the normal black and pink? Red? What is that? Is Super Saiyan 4 Grade 1. Alright, Super Saiyan God in elite form. Thank goodness this doesn't mean Goku actually becomes God, because he would just whip up a tournament of power with everything classified as living in it. Everything from John Cena to the dead tree in your backyard would be fighting in the tournament. The Hedgehog form. No, not Supersonic. Supersonic would be shaking in his pumas if he saw this. And I know the non-existent comments are gonna be like, Super Saiyan 3 never wins anything. Who cares? I never blame Super Saiyan 3 for losing fights, because it's always a fight that Goku shouldn't win, or Goku just is dumb. Now, Fat Buu, Goku absolutely should have taken out. Like, come on, man, what are you doing? But 3 shouldn't win against Kid Buu, shouldn't win against Goma, and did actually win against that Tamagami. It also has just so much consistent aura, it's crazy. And it's arguably the best design out of all the transformations. The Super Duper Saiyan. The show always treats it with respect. It constantly gets dubs, except one time. Has the weird Ultimate Gohan effect of little changing, but it feeling so much more powerful. Also, why is Gohan the only one who has actual change with Super Saiyan 2? Come on, everybody else could have had that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan style. Alright, second place, we have Kaioken. Hey, I know this ain't a form. I don't care. It is this weird Super Saiyan 3 effect where it just never wins. Never. And yet it always feels awesome. It's also a great mental trick in your head if you're doing any sort of workout. If you just yell Kaioken in your head, you just feel an extra burst of energy. It's weird. Kaioken, unlike everything else, has actual stakes. Goku's body was ravaged at the end of the Saiyan saga. We all knew this was coming. Ultra Instinct is an undisputed banger. It's just as interesting as Super Saiyan 1, and it hasn't gotten the chance to be disrespected yet. Not even in the manga. Every time that I think Ultra Instinct is stale, I just look back at the fights and I'm like, you know what? No, that was crazy. Goku being on par with Jiren for the first time. Goku grinding on a Kamehameha. And mastered Ultra Instinct with just all the best shots in the show. It's beautiful. But yeah, we all know what's on top. Water Vegeta, baby! He's always the best transformation. Let's go. I'll see you next time.